afternoon, and welcome to 55 Plus Live. My name is Nick England.
And I'm Leela Peg.
And today is Tuesday, March 15th. Happy March.
Spring!
Woo, March, yes, spring.
Spring.
Daylight savings time.
Yes,
Which
more
you can
light.
actually see outside in the evening now.
And we've had a couple of warm days, last week especially.
Yes.
But I smell spring in the air.
It's definitely the wind and the rain
Yes.
and all the fun stuff that comes along with it.
Yes.
And the allergies.
Yes,
But,
and this week we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
That's right, very fun.
So that's also always a fun kind of step into spring holiday and celebrate the spring. But there's so much more to come with spring events. In fact, a lot of our 55 plus members have been talking about what an awesome variety of things we have in the guide. This time around.
Yeah, the new
yes.
guide has been kicked off.
Yes,
right. We're slowly getting back to our weekend programs, our evening programs, our all sorts of stuff that we have going on. So,
and more people crawling out of the winter hibernation period.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. So what do we have going on today?
So we have a great lineup for you guys today. We have Elizabeth with the Front Yard interview. She's going to be interviewing the Spellbinders. And then we have Brittany with Social Media Minute. We've got Jennifer Weber with some walking school bus volunteers. And then we have Shatima with Out and About.
Awesome.
And of course, we're ending with our top 5.
Yes. Yes, please stay tuned for all of those segments coming up, especially I think our top 5 is a good topic today.
Yes.
And I really liked the Out and About segment from last show that we introduced. And the new show with Jennifer. So
hopefully some of you got to go out on the 4-mile run walk. And actually see those art installments. From the last show.
Shirlington. Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, without further ado, we're going to go to Elizabeth with the Front Yard interview.
Hello, and welcome to another segment of Front Yard Interviews. I'm here today with volunteers Dana and Mac with the Spellbinders. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
So can you tell us what Spellbinders is?
Spellbinders is a group of 55 plus folks who just enjoy telling stories.
Okay, and Mac, I understand you're going to give us a little sample of a story that you might tell.
Well, when I first started with Spellbinders, we would meet regularly. This is before the pandemic. And sometimes we would be telling stories to each other, just for practice. One of the stories that I heard was about the 3 billy goats gruff. And when the troll was being described, he was big and ugly, and he had eyes the size of saucers. And I thought, that's kind of a signal for being bad, and I don't think the troll was bad. So I decided to make up my own story. Hi, my name is Andrew T. Roll. My friends call me Andy. Some people call me Mr. Roll. Sometimes they call me Troll, and it just makes me so angry. Sorry. Well, I might be big, and I might be ugly, and I might have eyes the size of saucers, but I'm a nice guy. Well, why, look. Do you see that raging river back there? It used to be you had to walk 2 miles upstream to cross it. But I built this nice bridge here. But keeping the bridge in good shape is a really hard thing to do. And when those billy goats came, it really caused me a problem. To hear the rest of that, you'll have to tune in to the 55 Plus website.
That's great. That's great. And I want to make a point that this is not reading a book. This is oral storytelling, and so it is a talent, and it's practiced, and these volunteers do exactly that. Can you tell us who your audience is?
Well, usually we try to do intergenerational with the schools and the classes in the schools, and we tell the stories. But since the schools haven't been able to welcome us, we've broadened our outlook, and we've gone to the nature centers and to senior centers, and we're finding it's very rewarding because almost everyone in the senior center enjoys stories just as much as the children, and they also have stories to tell us.
That's great. I've heard firsthand some of those stories, and they are enjoyable. Also, I want to ask you, what inspired you guys to volunteer with this project?
Well, for me, I had just retired, and I was looking for fun stuff to do, and this looked interesting, so I just got involved, and it's still fun.
And I had a Spellbinder volunteer in my class when I was teaching Montessori, and so when I retired, I said, this is something I want to do. So I did the training, and I found some wonderful schools where the teachers were very welcoming, and I found it to really, really be satisfying, and I feel like it's creative too.
Well, Arlington is lucky to have you both as volunteers and your whole group. If others wanted to volunteer, how would they do that? Can you give us information?
Sure. Spellbinders is a 55-plus program, so that's an easy way to get into the program. We have regular monthly meetings, and so the first thing to do would be to come to one of those meetings, meet the rest of us, and to kind of learn how it works. We do have training, but you don't need to wait for the next training class to get going. You can join us for some of the stories we tell out at senior centers, and just become part of the group.
That's great. They meet at Langston Brown, and it's once a month, and it's the first Friday of the month. You can call me to get more information. I'm happy to direct you to the volunteers. Now back to you, Nick and Leila.
Thanks, Elizabeth. What a great interview. And another thing to add there is we have a lot of the recorded Spellbinder stories on our YouTube channel. So you can find them if you kind of scroll back and search Spellbinders in our YouTube videos. We'll also be posting another one right after this video to kind of go along with it, so you guys can check out all that about. There's also information about Spellbinders in the description below in the YouTube channel link. So next up we have Brittany, who's going to be doing a social media minute celebrating Women's History Month. Take it away, Brittany.
Hi everyone, my name is Brittany Miller and welcome back to Social Media Minute, a place where we head to a social media platform and check what's going on out for the month. Today we're gonna head over to TikTok, which is a video streaming platform. Because March is Women's History Month, TikTok came up with a quiz to test our knowledge on important historical women facts. Let's head over to TikTok and see what they cooked up, making a Women's History Month quiz. All right, starting now. You can follow along and read and answer yourself if you'd like. All right, I did okay, but I'd love to know how you did. You should reply in the comments below with how many you got correct and which ones you didn't. That is all we have for Social Media Minute today. My name is Brittany Miller. Back to you, Nick and Leila.
Thanks, Brittany. Another great social media minute celebrating Women's History Month. So happy Women's History Month. And just so everybody knows, there are some great presentations this month celebrating it. So next up we have Jennifer Weber, and she is going to be leading a new segment for 55 Plus Live called Volunteers in Your Neighborhood. And for this episode, she will be speaking with some of our walking school bus volunteers.
Thanks, Nick and Leela. My name is Jennifer Weber. I am the Walter Reed 55 Plus Center Director. Welcome to our new segment, Volunteers in Your Neighborhood, where we spotlight 55 plus volunteer opportunities around the county. Today we highlight the walking school bus. The walking school bus is a partnership with Arlington County Department of Parks and Recreation, 55 plus programs, Arlington Public Schools, Arlington Commission on Aging, APS's Safe Routes to School, Walk Arlington, and Oak Ridge Elementary School. I'd like to introduce some of the coordinators behind the effort to tell you more about the opportunity. We have Lauren Hassel, Arlington Public Schools Safe Routes to School Coordinator. Hi, Lauren, thanks for being here. Andrea Walker, 55 plus volunteer for the Fast Forwards walking group that meets right out of here at Aurora Hills 55 Plus Center, and member of the Commission on Aging. Thanks for being here, Andrea.
Absolutely.
Well, Andrea, I'd love to start with you. I'd love to have you tell us more about this opportunity.
Well, my dears, is that we have an offer for you. You can be a wheel on a walking school bus and walk a small group of kids to school, Oak Ridge Elementary, one morning a week, April to June, no afternoons for now. And what's in it for you besides regular exercise and that do-good feeling? We'd learn from the kids, get their view of the world, and maybe even get some help with our phones. You never know. But the do-good feeling is nothing really to be sneezed at. Kids will learn that they can safely get to school on their own without help from mom or dad or the car. And it would be a stress reliever for mom and dad, and an eco-friendly solution. We would learn in terms from the kids what's important to them and what isn't. We can all be walking mentors. Anyway, as we said, this is a pilot program, and then this bus needs wheels. And so think about it if you retired or thinking about retiring. It's not a major commitment, but it will have a major impact. Plus, it's a topic for conversation at parties should someone ask, and what do you do? So do come, be a volunteer, be a wheel on the walking school bus. And and Nick, I think, has on the screen who to contact.
Great, thank you so much. Lauren, what makes our walking school bus unique?
Well, I work with a Safe Routes to School program, which is a national program, and it's funded here in Virginia by the Department of Transportation. And locally, our goal is to get more kids walking and biking to school. To do that, families and kids need to feel safe. Mm-hmm. And one way to make them feel safe is by having more eyes on the street, more people walking together, more visibility. So a walking school bus is a low-cost, hyper-local, organic kind of solution to all those problems. And here in Arlington, as we know, the most densely populated and geographically smallest county in the country, we have a lot of traffic, and we don't need to add more traffic to our school areas in the morning, especially at rush hour, by having parents and family members drop off kids instead of being able to walk to school. Arlington schools are all divided into bus eligibility zones and walk zones. So within a mile of the school is the walk zone. So what we're trying to do is get more of the kids who want to walk, because Oak Ridge Elementary, our pilot school, did a survey of the kids and asked, do you walk? Would you like to walk if you could? And hands down, they want to walk, and they all articulated some very good reasons for that. So we want to make it possible for them to do that by having some trusted community members to work with, to develop routes, to kind of pick up, as we were saying, we need wheels on the bus, but we also need passengers. So right now we're working on getting our passengers together as well. Once we know where they are, we will develop a route, and we will assign volunteers, and they'll be going to school together, learning about each other, getting some exercise, helping the environment, decreasing traffic, and being ready to learn when they get to school.
It's a win-win.
Yes.
Well, what a wonderful opportunity. Again, to seek more information, to sign up, we have the information right on your screen. Please reach out. We can't wait to hear from you. And well, since this is a walking school bus, how about we walk to school? Well, we ended our walk. The walking school bus has arrived at its destination, Oak Ridge Elementary School, and we just happened to run into the principal.
Yes, we are so excited to have the one and only Dr. Lynn Wright,
Hello,
principal
everyone.
here at Oak Ridge Elementary, who is a strong proponent of walking and biking to school
goodness.
and safety.
It makes such a difference when the children are outside. Their spirits are lifted when they come to school. They've built relationships. They've gotten some energy out. Their brain's working. And it's just safer for the whole community. We get to know each other. The traffic slows down. People are aware that children are out and about. And it makes a huge difference on the outside of our building and the inside.
I know this has been a challenge over the years, and I know we were closed down for a while and kind of came back gradually last year, and we were talking about this idea of the walking school bus. And all of a sudden, we have this wonderful volunteer who we met earlier, Andrea Walker, who wants to start a walking school bus led by seniors in this neighborhood. And I know we're just getting started in recruiting families to join, but what do you think will make this walking school bus the right tool in your toolbox for making transportation options safe?
I think this walking school bus, This Is Us bus, is perfect for our community because we have such a multi-generational group of families living in this area and different kinds of housing units also. And so there are opportunities for people to catch up at apartment buildings, at street corners, at home doorways, house doorways, and come together and get to know each other as peers at school and to get to know some of our older neighbors who have as much information and knowledge to share with them as the children are able to share about the latest and greatest technology going on. So the conversations are what we really think are going to be great, and the relationship building and the shared responsibility.
Exactly. Oh, I love to hear that because it really is, as far as we know, unique in the U.S. to have this intergenerational approach to the walking school bus. So again, Oak Ridge could be blazing trails, as always, and in the right direction toward safer and more active walking and biking and commuting.
And we're really so grateful that you thought of us. Here are some of the kids coming up from behind. You never know. Thank you.
Thank you.
so much.
Please volunteer, reach out. We can't wait to see you out here helping us with the walking school bus.
Can't do it without you.
We can't do it without you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we're back. Thank you again. Again, that was Jennifer Weber with Volunteers in the Neighborhood. That's a brand new segment, and what a great topic to kick it off with. That walking school bus program is, I think, it's going to be awesome. An excellent idea.
Yes, I hope some of you will sign up to become volunteers for that.
Absolutely. And again, of course, check out more information about that in the description below as to where to find more information on it. So next up, of course, we have our Out and About segment with Shatima. I think he's going to be talking about some cherry blossoms that are going to be taking place. So we'll go now to Shatima. Take it away.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Out and About. I'm Shatima Abdul Malik, and I'm here in Hayes Point, Washington, D.C., where it's hard to believe in less than a week it'll be springtime, and these beautiful buds will be in full blossom for the cherry blossom celebration. If you want to stay in Arlington and see the cherry blossoms, you can also come to the Arlington National Cemetery and also pay respect to our fallen soldiers. All right, everybody. I've walked around Arlington, I've walked around DC, and now I'm here at a Muse restaurant and rooftop bar here in Roslyn. It's overlooking Georgetown, and it's beautiful. Great food, wonderful customer service, and like I said, there's cherry blossoms all around outside, so you can keep doing that and enjoying the weather as it breaks.
How you all doing? Welcome to Amuse Bar and Grill. Happy hour daily from 4 to 7. Make sure you come and check us out. We are open from 4 to 10 p.m. We have beautiful sights and beautiful views of Georgetown right across the Potomac River with another sight and beautiful view of the Roslyn City area. Make sure you come and check us out 4 to 7. Ask for your favorite bartender, Mike again.
Thanks, Shatima. I hope all of you get to get out and see the beautiful cherry blossoms, again in DC and around Arlington. And we actually have another program that we're going to end with that we want to let everybody know about that is celebrating our beautiful cherry blossoms.
Oh, yeah.
But we are going to go ahead and start with our
Top five.
And this time around, we want to make sure you guys know our upcoming 55 plus program highlights. We picked 5 that are going to be just in the next few weeks up until our next show in April, so that you can put those on your calendar.
Awesome.
Okay, so the first one.
So the first one we have is celebrating Women's History Month again. This is called The Dark White Forest. It's on March 30th at Rubber Run. So it's about an African-American female forester. In the Department of U.S. Agriculture Forest Service, Melody Staria Mobley is a trailblazer. She will share her story of overcoming hardships, discrimination, and stereotypes to accomplish a series of firsts that paved the way for women in natural resource careers. Very cool.
I don't think I'm going to be able to go to that, and I want
no.
to. I'm hoping you can record it
Maybe
so
we
we
can
could have
record
her.
it.
I actually Googled her, and she wrote a book. She's like all over the place, has done like all these interviews, like just a really amazing story too. So you don't want to miss that one. I hope a lot of people have signed up for that. And again, what a way to celebrate Women's History Month. Okay. So next up we have, does anyone know what day it is? And this is a virtual program on Thursday, March 31st at 11 a.m. And this sounds like a really cool one too. Learn how the ancient Egyptians and Romans ordered their years and what the movements of the sun and moon have to do with Ramadan, Passover, and Easter. Jennifer Lynn Bartlett, a professional astronomer and president of the Friends of Arlington's David M. Brown Planetarium, will discuss and answer questions. So I think that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys can join that. And again, that's virtual on March 31st.
And then up next we have a Spring Trees Nature Program. That's on April 13th at Aurora Hills. Step into spring on this guided walk around Virginia Highlands Park to learn more about lovely local trees. Ken Rosenthal, one of our favorites, park naturalist with Gulf Branch Nature Center, will be leading the walk.
Yeah, so get your exercise and enjoy the beautiful trees. Okay, and this one is so cute. I love Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. But so we've got movies and critics, and this will be a really fun movie. It is at Arlington Mill on April 14th at 1 o'clock. The movie is called Being the Ricardos, which I haven't seen yet. Have you?
Oh, yes, I've heard about this. I'm actually really curious about this movie, too.
I want to watch it because
we're going to have to just show up to Arlington Mill to do this.
Well, just if you have not been to the movie and critics program, we wanted to let you know more about it. So have you ever wanted to be a movie critic? Now you can. Movies and Critics is an interactive movie experience. Come just to enjoy the movie or join a critical discussion afterwards. Each month, this group will create a review for the Arlington Mill newsletter. So enjoy watching it, discussing it, and critiquing it.
Great.
And last but not least
is our Cherry Blossom Kite Festival. This is happening on Saturday, March 26th in Virginia Highlands Park. This is a program that's open to all ages, so it's being put on by our Department of Parks and Recreation. The National Cherry Blossom Kite Festival comes to Arlington. This will be a day of fun for the whole family, free for all ages, and the event will feature food trucks, live entertainment, games, art projects, fitness, and more to celebrate spring and great Arlington outdoors. Free kite kits will be handed out for the first 100 attendees, and no registration is required. Man,
that's going to be so cool.
A lot of stuff going on there. That's really cool.
There's a lot going on. It's at Virginia Highlands Park. We hope there will be good weather, and just I love seeing kites up in the sky.
So cool.
A bunch of kites that you can make, or you could bring your own. If you have a nicer kite, sometimes those kite kits don't always.
Yeah.
You don't always build it the way you're supposed to build it.
Right.
But if you wanted to bring your own, you could do that as well.
Awesome. All right,
Okay.
and that's our show. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Wear your green.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure you don't get pinched. And we will see you back here next time on April 19th.
Yes.
Right here on YouTube. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end of the show. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.